The players are ready. I'm ready. Scott Frost is in the booth. Are you ready, Freeze?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, Carl. Should be a great week.
Yeah, as this tournament unfolds, we will get you up to speed with the rules and the format, but the main thing is it's a huge round robin, 16 players. Everybody is going to play everybody.
And this is the first look in person that I've had with a man they named on net. Carl just stated he owns at least 13 rooms in Vietnam. I heard he's a great player as well.
Yeah, he plays in a match. He slows.
It's like you play, and a lot of times you want to be loose.
There's the rollout. You can roll the cue ball.
And 2 down below the red 3. And he's left a gap here.
Obviously, this is the first match, Scott. We was lucky enough to be there last year at Jason Shaw's pool room for the PLP. What does it take to even think about winning a tournament?
Yeah, well, I know if you're Jason Shaw and you're running a pool room and trying to play, that's a whole different story. I think this week, speaking of Jason Shaw and his pool room, he's got a real good chance. He looks very good so far this morning in practice. His mindset's good, but it takes a lot to win this event. It's a lot of pool, and I picked A.J. Manis for a reason. He's young, and I think he's ready. He's been knocking on the door. Most talented player in the world for his age, in my opinion. Could easily take this down as well. Well, there's about 16 guys that could easily take this down.
Played this beautifully. What a... Last week, if you was tuning into the European Open, the tournament that Joshua Filler snapped off for the first time in his career, that was played on a diamond pool table, and Scott spoke to a...
Yeah, and the key to this for these players is these pockets have deep shelves. They're just under 3. And you know that's going to happen on this fresh out. So you've got to aim a little bit higher there. You'll make the adjustment.
It's not just this table in action. We have 2 tables in the arena. Wonderful setting, actually. I believe this is the way we need to go in future events. Not just 1 table in the arena. Put 2, and Neuhausen over on table 2 wins the first rack against Shaw.
Yeah, I agree, Carl. I think this setting is intimate, keeps people close, keeps the action hot and live. I love it.
Yeah, this is a Thursday, of course. It's dinner time here in Sarajevo. So the locals, the pool fans, they know they're in for a long event. So as the week starts to build up and get near the end, believe me, this arena will be packed. Just wants to make sure he leaves himself that right angle on the purple 5 here. Whenever you start a match on the brand new cloth and brand new balls, you just always want to get that first rack under your belt.
They got stats in the States, something like the winner of the first rack is typically like a 56 to 58% favorite to win that match.
You know, well, I say every play everybody. And if you get off to a bad start, even though you've got plenty of matches under your belt, it can really start to get to you. We see he lost his opening 14 matches and won the very
mountain. He had a mountain to climb him that week, and it can happen.
And the out from Vietnam missed the 2 rail. Takes the opening.
He isn't comfortable. Just broke the balls, made 3 balls on the break. He's got a rough look on the 2. I don't believe. SV. He feels good, he said. Ready for this event? Repeat or no, Carl?
Listen, if anyone alternate break. And these short races to 5. Let's see what Chua's got. Decent break, but no love on the red 3. You always play the lowest ball on the table in 9 ball.
Yeah, and this is why we love this format, though. There's never a guarantee after the break at getting position on the next running ball. So he's going to be forced most likely to roll out here. I don't know, though. He could kick to the short rail. Shaw staring down the barrel of 2-9 combination. He wasn't even snookered. Look at the pace on the cue ball here. Did he get him? What a great hit from where he was. I didn't think he had the gap, Carl.
Yeah, made that safety look very easy. They can make you look a little foolish.
I guess you can see this as well, the way he's acting. Is there any benefit to it, though? Do you get more action off the left long rail going into it heavy or 2 rails behind it? Even if you can see a sliver of 3 going in, I don't know that the value is there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he's in a position here. I mean, he's not even looked at the bottom rail, has he? 1 rail into the 3. There's a few balls there. Things can happen, but seems to like this. Oh, yeah, the cue ball. Didn't really like that. Don't really know what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get the 3 somewhere up table and use the 9, 7, and 6, right? But the problem was the hit was so thin all along, very tough to control.
And for the second rack in a row, Chua's going to have ball in hand and all the balls are sitting pretty. He's the type of player you could see in 8 days' time, stood there with the silverware. Matches are not going to take a lot out of this guy because he plays so fast, he's so natural. And he can rattle off matches very quick, you feel. Couple of rails with the cue ball, centre of the table.
Yeah, going to the side pocket here. Tell you what, they are not forgiving, these middle bags. Tight pockets. You can get a good look right there. There is no opening on those sides. You better hit the gut.
This is just the start. Any pool player wants in the match, obviously, a race to 5. And there goes the 9. The opening 2 racks go towards the young Filipino.
Yeah, and I know these guys are always on their toes, whether it's a race to 9 or a race to 10 or anything like that. But I think a race to 5 really keeps them on their toes. To just stay steady, solid, and strong. They're never going to let up in a race to 5.
Right, let's flick over to the other table. We told you about the second table in the arena. Moritz Neuhausen, first ever time in the PLP. The young German, tipped for big things.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's one of those players. I've watched him a lot in the States lately. When he's on, he's perfection. Carl, I heard you call him the best looking player on tour the other day.
I'm just bigging his ego up, that's all. He's in the top 10, Scott. Top 10. Just outside of your good self, probably.
Okay, fair enough. Well, this is a break any player would love to start out with. Good look at the 2 on the left side. Natural position to the 3, the 4 laying in the lower left corner. Everything opened up here, Carl.
Yeah, and it's just a rack what you feel and Nhiet has to take.
Yeah, did he get a little awkward here? I think you can pinch back past the 8. Just don't want to start to get out of line with a rack like this because it could build into some type of trouble.
You're saying here, Scott, like the natural angle's probably pulling into that 8 ball, isn't it? So he's just want to be a bit careful here. Leave yourself the natural angle. You're out to see you. You might have to. Yeah, you see how he's come over to the left? Obviously, at the start of this run out, you would never imagine the cue ball being on the left side of the table, but the angle that he left himself is. He's had to take what the table gave him.
Yeah, and I might end up a little up there on the top right corner. See how he finishes here. He'd like to get just past the 7, really. I don't know if you want to come all the way out, but we'll see what he does. Well, this isn't going to get it, Carl. Oh, it just got there.
Yeah, I was with you. I thought it was going to nestle on the brown 7. He needs to be a little bit careful here because he's going to have to put a good stroke on this, and if this flicks the right rail, it is not going to go on this table. Not at pace. Yeah, he's found the centre. It's all a bit careless though. Now he's landed straight on the 6.
Yeah, I tell you what though, the way he played the 3, hit it nice and clean. He just hit the 5 nice and clean. If he can get the rack down, it might loosen him up quite a bit. Like his stroke, I think he's got a nice clean finish.
Yeah, unlike a lot of players on the circuit. And the really nice guy. He's always smiling and laughing. Saying that I'd be smiling and laughing if I owned 13 pool rooms. Anyway, looks like he's going to get the job done, even though it's a little ugly. The main thing is the Bumblebee is about to disappear. He's going to get a rack on the board. And there it is. He's won his first ever rack in the PLP as he trails Chua 2 racks to 1.
Yeah, something I like about him, I've followed him quite a bit, is he seems to take the game serious. 13 pool rooms or not. A lot of people with that success probably aren't going to be in this position right here, right now. So I say good for him. Over to table 2. Shaw, with a look to the top right on the 1. Can he force follow bend this cue ball out below the 7, or does he just elevate and punch out? The 3. Oh, nice hit. Needs it to carry a little. That'll be all right. A 5 might play all right. We'll see how he finishes there in a minute. Back to table 1.
Yeah, we're going to bring you both tables as often as we can. We'll keep flicking across to bring you the action. One ball in the side. Players are becoming so good at this now, Scott, aren't they? Everyone just seems to be dialed in. But the reason why this break was changed is because you can't control as obvious as you used to be able to.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, to Carl's point, right? I think he's got to go rail first on the blue 2. You're never guaranteed a look at the ball after the break. Racking the 9 on the spot here at the PLP and all the ranking events and tour events. Playing the 1 to the side, but getting a look on that second ball or the 2 ball is always the question. So is he looking to go rail first with position, or is he looking to chip the 2 up and out? Some type of defensive play. Not the end of the world, but I felt like you might want to stick that with a low ball.
Very delicate, touchy shot, which he has played well. Chua will probably come off the bottom rail, fairly slow. Just nestle into the blue 2. Got to make sure you hit a rail after contact.
Yeah, how good is that right there? Probably going to do this a few times. That would love to emulate that shot right there and just clip the 2 again and end up where now. Problem with catching the backside of the 2 is you leave Chua something real nice defensively in his next turn.
He'll be happy with the leave there, won't it? I think 4 ball has come to the rescue.
believe he was playing it, right? As he was trying to drift it to the bottom rail. Big shot here, elevated over the red 3. Really, all the focus goes into the make here. I don't think you worry about the 6 or the 7. Getting the 2 down is numero uno.
Yeah, whenever you're jacked up over a ball, it's a shot that you're just never, ever going to get used to, are you? And that's why you see the players miss it so many times. Again, the ball's come to the rescue.
Yeah, so I feel like we've been misled a little bit from this angle once or twice before already. So I think maybe he can catch more of the 2 than we think, and he could use the 6 and 7 if that's the case, knocking the 2 back up towards the center of the table, swinging the cue ball around 1-2. And that's what he's trying. Forget about trying, that's what he's done.
That's the difficulty of 9-ball pool. He's just played a wonderful safety, but his opponent's going to have an easy one-rail hit, and you never know what you're going to be faced with when you come back to the table. Where's the 7-ball going to finish? Where's the 7-ball gonna finish again?
This has been a little bit wild. He's had a few balls come to the rescue this rack. And nothing in particular, but maybe like 3 of them. He's got the short cue out.
Yeah, he was playing the jump bank, but rack number 4, both players are just getting away with things, not leaving anything easy.
Yeah, as he just float behind the pink here.
The beauty of these race to 5s is even if someone gets off to a flyer, 4-0, 4-1, you don't need to win many racks to get yourself back in the match. Obviously, I'm sure pool fans who are sweating the action here on day 1 have tuned into many Mosconi Cups, and you can see what happens in that event when we play race to 5.
No, I agree, Carl. And that's kind of what I was touching on just a little bit ago. In the races to 5, these guys can never let their guard down versus a race to 10 or 9 or 11. Every now and then you'll lax up a little bit. Not in this format. Oh, the touch again. Really like the play, though. Just been one of them racks here. Everything's funny. Going on several minutes in this rack, at least 5 or 6 minutes.
Here we go again, Scott. Very close to making 2. The 2's landed in an awkward position. Believe me, thinking of the combo, he's no hanger.
No, to make matters worse, as you call it, the bumblebee hovering right behind the cue ball. Percentage if he's going at it, but he's got to, I guess.
It's amazing what just tweaking that pocket a little tighter does for the brain. If that's in a pool room, you feel like you can't really miss it.
Yeah, you look at it on the screen, it might not look as tight as it really is, and they look small on the screen. In person, they're quite intimidating. Good these guys really play, though.
What do you like here, Scott? What's his options? Will he try and come up for the middle on the purple 5?
Yeah, he's just got to beat the side pocket here above the 7. Got to get into that ball a little more than it looks, though, with the fresh cloth. That cue ball will slip off the first rail. So he hit it well. This is just what the doctor ordered for Chua, right? He's going to get loose. He's kind of one of those momentum players, tempo players. Get comfortable. To be honest, I feel like this format's kind of designed for a guy like Chua.
Yeah, and what you will see is, we've seen it with SVB last year. As these players starting to have like 5 or 6 matches under the belt, and certain players will be undefeated still, or with a 1 loss by the name, they'll start to pick up their pace of play a little bit. Chua's a very fast player, but I've noticed here he's just making sure, because he's in a tricky battle here in the opening match as he takes rack 4 and a 3-1 lead. We're seeing that on table 2 at the minute, because that match is pretty tight as well. Jason Short is at the table. And he's trailing the young German 3 racks to 2, but he's at the table.
Yeah, on paper you might have Shaw as a favorite, but Newhausen, a very formidable opponent. He plays every bit as good as Shaw in this type of format.
Yeah, the shot from 7 to 8, you would like to be straight-ish on the 8, then you can just pull it back. Now he's got to play a bit of a cue ball shot here.
Yeah, a little concerned about the 9 with his hand. Hard to believe. Seemed like he was quick there.
Extremely quick. Okay, everything seemed to go in the pocket there. Looked like cue ball was going to go in a couple of pockets, but it stayed dry. Kind of one of them matches where no one can get an easy opener. This will cut. He's got an easy hook. Able to. Moritz Neuhausen didn't get the kindest of leaves when Jason Shaw missed the 8. He played a wonderful safety and Shaw kicked it in, so that's now 3-3.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if Annette made the right decision there with the defensive play. I mean, the 3 was cuttable. You're trailing 3 games to 1. It's a race to 5. Do you make something happen, or do you just allow Chua back to the table?
This is close. He had an outside go at that, didn't he, Freeze? He played a 2-way.
Yeah, the backdoor 2-way, right? 1 rail to 3 to the top right with a little bit of position on the pink, just in case. think you want to come behind this ball. Trying to go into it face first. Big pocket to scratch in. Nicely done there.
Yeah, he survives another shot in this rack. He will get back to the table. Saying that, Chua loves to thin cut a ball, and he's one of the best I've ever seen at that shot. Don't believe he'll go for it this time, though.
I saw on one of your vlogs yesterday, Carl, and you have become a world-renowned vlogger. Boy, he was cutting the paint off of balls like this, so this should be like, well, nothing too difficult for him. Let's see if he takes it on. I believe he is. It's kind of a two-way as well. If you don't get it down, you've got some potential cover. And he's playing.
Honestly, the man's a joke at hitting the ball thin. I don't know how he does it. I don't know what you was like at that type of shot. I would imagine you were all right, Scott, in the one pocket. You chipping a lot of balls across to that hole.
Let's talk about this match, Carl.
No, but seriously, it's an art, that, isn't it? How do you see the edge of the ball like that? Don't you? Time and time again, even if he misses, he rattles it.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, right? It looks like he's constantly using just a touch of inside ball, just off center, right? Really chopping it. The way he's playing it, he's playing to overcut it just a tick, and when it catches, he drains it.
On new cloth with the brand new ball there, you've got to hit that ball over the pocket really thin to get the cue ball tracking down. He couldn't get it as straight as he would have liked. On a club table, he'd have got dead straight on the green six. Now he's got to judge this cannon. Cue ball's going to hit the bumblebee. That's going to bounce off the rail. That's all right. Nice. Great player to watch, this Chua, though. He really is. That's why he's got so many fans in the Philippines and around the world.
Yeah, soft-hearted guy as well. I think one of the tells for Chua when he's playing real good is the body movement gets a little less limited. He does have some body movement, but it's just ingrained in his style. Like you said, Carl, probably one of the best shot makers in the world today, if not the best.
That's the setting. You can see Jason Shaw on the other table. All the balls are there for him, and it's 3-3 that match, so Shaw will be on the hill.
Ooh. Little pull back there on the extension. 10 seconds to go. 2 games away.
And it's Johann Chua who gets to the hill. Yeah, just in front of him. Somebody must have been moving. Sometimes it doesn't affect you. Sometimes you feel like you've got to get back up. Been a good match, though. It's been a good opener. Jason Shaw is still at the table. He's got a couple of balls left. He's just played a shot to get on the 9 ball.
Yeah, so the miss on the 8 last game, and then Moritz played it safe. Shaw kicks it in. Instead of trailing 4 games to 2, he's now leading 4 games to 3. Pretty strong.
Yeah, that previous rack was a huge moment in this match. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Back to the action. Chua is breaking, and he is on the hill. Who's going to take the first point of the day? Well, unless he comes out with an exhibition shot. It's going to be the push.
Yeah, does he consider playing this rail first just because the 2's so close to the rail? I mean, the problem is the red 3 is down here nearest Chua. I feel like this is pretty high percentage for a guy like him, though, with a right cue ball, the way the table's sliding. Might just kick behind this as well. That's a real big possibility, huh? He just caught it real thin.
Yeah, super aggressive play there from Chua, but we've seen enough of him over the seasons to know that's the style he brings to the table. He had a little stare down that ball because it looked a little wide. It went off the jaw. Over spun his ball. There were a bit of distance, and you've got to judge that.
Yeah, I was looking for something within his stroke there that would tell me that he's going to miss the ball before he actually missed it. And I didn't see anything. He stayed rock solid over it, so maybe just a matter of a little bit of a misaim there.
Wants to finish high, the pink 4 here. That will get the job done. Real good chances now for Chua. Where's the cue ball going to finish? He just didn't seem to get into it. He didn't pull it back. I mean, terrible shot.
Yeah, it really was, Carl, because I thought he got flat enough on the 6 to where he could either come short of the 8 or to the other side. He had his options. And he went right in the middle, going to the jump cue. We got drama on table number 2 as well.
Yeah, Neuhausen's at the table. He's not played the best of positional shots. There's 3 balls left. He trails Shaw 4 racks to 3. Chua's going airborne. He's got the short stick out. Can he make this ball?
He's got to be a favorite here.
Well, what a mistake from Chua there. All the balls are over the pocket. It was an easy finish. And you just never know in these race to 5s.
Tell you what, this isn't straightforward. He's got to come straight out of this pocket here, catch the 7 real full, or this cue ball could go awkward on him. See what I mean, Carl? We talk about it all too often, these deep pockets here on the Rassin table. You've either got to come out of there thin, or if you're catching that ball with a low, you've got to hit it extremely flush and smooth. This table will overdraw as well if you catch it too hard.
Yeah, and a couple of shaky attempts at pots. Gonna need a good one here on the 8. Okay, not the start for Nhiet at all. 3 or 4 balls missed. Seemed to get up very quick as well.
And Shirley Chua finished this one out back and forth to the second rail, and he's caught it too thin as well. What's happening here, Mr. Boys?
Yeah, Chua's gone from playing like God to playing like us, Scott. Very bizarre. And Nhiet is surviving in this match. Table 2 is over. Shaw has dodged a bullet. He got away with a couple of racks there. But the main thing is he got the win. And Shaw wins the first point of 2025 PLP.
Yeah, and a big smile there from Strong End. He's got another game under his belt. You never know. He's racing to 3. Chua only still needs 1. Another look at SVB practice table.
Yeah, myself and Scott are kind of just tucked away just behind the practice tables. Kind of right behind where Piers Labutus is just training on the other table. We got good seats here, Scott. We're all right tucked away here, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a nice place. I love the setup. Everything is really top tier.
Yeah, what's not been top tier is this match that we're watching.
Take it easy, Carl. These
Plenty
guys are
of
just
mistakes.
starting. You and I would make it look a lot worse.
Well, you say that would be a bit more conservative. Maybe a few more safeties just to get the arm going. And Nhiet to break. Again, the one ball disappears. Is it a golden?
It sure is. It's our first golden break, and it's in the first match, Mr. Boys.
I'm just trying to think. Did I see a golden break in comms last week at the European Open? If I did, it must have been just the one.
I believe there was 1.
Amazing. You just never know when they're going to come. And I tell you what, this could, from looking like he was going to get beat 5-1, imagine if he goes on to nick the point here. That could just change the whole event for him.
That's why we love this format, though, right? You're never really out of it. You touched on it just a little bit ago. Now he just needs 2 games. I mean, this is nothing. And think about what's going through Chua's mind. He's missed the 8 twice, right? That he was supposed to make. Hooked himself playing the green 6 to the brown 7. So do the mental games start to creep in if you're Chua?
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, Jason Shaw's won the first point of the tournament, 5-3 over Neuhausen. The next match on table 2 is going to be America's Tyler Steyer against Vietnam's superstar Duong Quoc Quang.
All of a sudden, Carl, this is turning into be a very big break, and he's come up dry.
Yeah, he has a look at the one ball, but don't be fooled. How does he get on the blue 2?
The reason I say that is if Annette can end up winning this rack, it's his break he'll hill. 2 is very awkward, like Carl just touched on. What about just thinning the 1 to the left long rail, coming back down maybe 2 rails behind the 9? You don't have to be aggressive here.
Yeah, would have liked the cue ball more. He just signalled there because he knows he's going to leave a possible kick and stick. I presume Tyler Stein knows he's in the arena. He's still practicing away in front of us, Scott. Duong Quoc Quang's in the arena. Is that waiting? I think you better give him a nudge, buddy.
Yeah. I think he feels good right here. It looks like he's about to move. All right. How much of this 1 can he get to? Can he use the green 6 and the 9 here? Acted like he didn't like it. Yeah, he way under hit this ball. He was on track as well. 2 is tough. 7 is tough. Might be in for a long rack here.
Yeah, we're coming up to about 45 minutes of play here. Johann Chua could have easily won this match 5-1. 4 balls remaining. Missed a real easy finish, to be fair. He ended up hooking himself. And Nhiet stole the rack. Then he broke and made a golden. It's 4-3.
And did the cue ball just leak out here to where he can get to it?
Yeah, you could see Duan Kok Kwang waiting for Tyler Steyer to come into the arena. Tyler's entered the arena. The matches will come thick and fast. Is there a window? Is there a gap? It sort of looks like there is.
Yeah, I don't think the cue ball's tracking to the correct side if you played the bank here. I like the decision.
Tried to play a form of kick and stick in the sense of get the one ball back up top of the table, keep the cue ball down here. It's gone wrong.
Yeah, once again, Carl, the table just seems to lengthen out, right? And you've got to know that's coming. It's a couple of times now, and that's kind of overlooked the lengthening with the fresh cloth.
This is table 2 action. Second match just getting underway. Tyler Steyer, first time in the PLP. He's been practicing non-stop since he exited the European Open. It seems like weeks ago, it was 4 or 5 days ago, and he's really looking forward to this event.
He's got a big ball to get over here. And a big reach, right? So you've got to keep that arm directly in back of you. This cue can go sideways quickly. Any miss hit on the cue ball, you run into the 9.
It pays to hit. That's the saying. Well, he might be welded up against the pink ball in a few seconds' time. You can see Win Antoine in the background, just to the right-hand side of Nhiet. Played in last year's PLP, and he very nearly made the cut. It went down to the very last match, David Al-Qaedi against Win Antoine, and Al-Qaedi beat him. And that was the only match Al-Qaedi won.
And Nhiet's got to make a good hit here. He'd like to come 2 rails thick behind the 1. A couple of times he's played these kicks. He's come way short off the second rail. Let's see if he makes the adjustment.
Catchy brothers have entered the practice area, Scott. They're going to be playing against each other in the very first match. I think we're going to have a little coffee on that game. I think I'm going to go with... I'll give you first pick. Go ahead.
I'll go with the big guy.
I mean, they're both pretty tall. Gives a clue. You're on about the main man, Eklund, the older brother?
Come on.
Okay, I'll have Claudio. I don't mind that. I'll take that. We'll have a little latte on that later on.
Get a deal.
Ooh, Scott. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, he looked a little quick again. A couple of times he makes these mistakes. There's like a flinch in the back arm and a little body movement. I don't know if there you can see it actually. Problem is, does the 2 play off the 7? Can he even get anywhere near the 2? Back and forth, maybe a defensive play. He's got to get the 1 down first. He's overcut it. Things just kind of going awry here.
I've just informed Eklund I've got younger brother for a coffee, Scott. They're both laughing.
Coffee's a prized commodity in Albania, so they're actually taking it very serious.
We've downed a lot of coffees on this trip.
And a lot of food.
Yeah. Food reviews with Scott Frost on the vlog.
There will be no more.
Right, does he play the hook? Problem is, where does that 2-ball go? Or does he ever go? He has a go at this, doesn't he?
He's acting like he might. It's pretty tight to me. Where do you play the hook at if it's available? I don't really know. The pink is a big ball to get the 2 away from.
Yeah, that's your instinct, isn't it? A pool player's instinct. Trying to lock him up behind the brown 7, banking the 2 around, but it looks like he'll hit the pink. So I think he's going to go game here. Oh, yes, what a shot this is, by the way. What a shot. Shot of the day.
Yeah, and look at, he's landed absolutely perfect on the pink here from the red 3. So now nothing's stopping him.
That was a real nice shot, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and everything's opened up, right? If he just gets the angle he needs on the pink, ball to the right side, you can come 2 rails out. Is he going forward below the 8? Okay. This is the only concern here. I don't know why he went into the 8. Now the angle's a little more awkward where he could have just stunned below the right side pocket. Now he's got to force the cue ball.
How's the pace? How's the angle? It's spot on.
Wow, what a hit there by Nhiet. Oh. Chua, no wonder. That's the stroke.
Yeah, rightly so. Just up and down, check the angle. He's already made a mess of this match.
Really getting into the cue ball now. I like the way he's finishing.
Tyler Steyer takes the opening rack on table 2. Might not be the start for Vietnamese pool fans around the world. Don't worry. Don't worry, pool fans. Plenty more action. It's looking like Chua's going to get the job done.
Yeah, he fumbled on the 8 a couple of games ago. Fumbled on the 6 as well. The 6 to the 7. I don't think he'll be fumbling anymore.
Oh, this is going to lay up very nice. This is where we talk about natural angles, isn't it, Scott? This is just nice angle. Pull it into that rail. Bit of right-hand spin. Pulls it down. Straight on the 9. Slot it home.
Yeah, this is something you just don't let up on. Stay through the ball. It's very hard to get too far past the 9. Yeah, this is perfect.
He's played thousands of racks of 9-ball. He started playing pool at the age of 9 in Manila, Philippines. But even Johann Chua will be glad to see the back of that match because he had a chance to win 5-1. He didn't. And he had to phase a golden break. In the end, he's got the point. There's confirmation. Chua 5 and Nhiet 3.